Hey everyone, Blaze here. Welcome to the first anime pickups for the month of February 2016. Yeah, let's get straight to it. So first up, I've got Tokyo Ghoul in the limited edition box from Funimation. Um, I didn't go for the collector's edition because I just think it was sort of overkill. Like the box was humongous. I did like what they did with the artwork. It kind of was the same as what they did in Japan and in the UK with like the clear see-through slipcover that changes the image from ghoul to human, I guess, to some extent. But anyway, yeah, it was kind of cool, but there was parts of that collector's edition I did like, but yeah, it was too big, and some of the stuff in there just wasn't that interesting to me. Like there was a blank journal with just Tokyo Ghoul on it, which I just thought was like a terrible extra, and certainly not worth the extra price. So, but I still wanted something nice for this show because I was really looking forward to seeing it, and I have watched the first season now. But yeah, so I went for the limited edition box. I have seen the show already, and my opinion on it is sort of mixed a bit. I don't know. Like I gave it an 8 out of 10. I did really like it, but it didn't quite live up to my expectations. I was hoping for it to be a lot darker in tone than it actually is. It's very shonen-like. It's basically, and it's not a carbon copy of this show, but it's a lot like Parasite, the Maxim. Like they have pretty much exactly the same plot. Like they're not. It's not a carbon copy of it, but there's no doubt that the Parasite manga influenced the manga for Tokyo Ghoul. Like there's just no question. Yeah, they're kind of more like siblings, I guess you could say. But yeah, I watched it and I did really like it. But yeah, I was just slightly disappointed it wasn't more darker, given the tone of the show, which is it's about ghouls living in human society, sort of secretly, sort of not, and the only way for them to survive is to eat humans. And for a ghoul, like, there is nothing that tastes good apart from tea and human flesh. Everything else makes them sick. And it's basically about a story of a hybrid character, this guy here who's part human, part ghoul, and his trial and tribulations in this world. Yeah, it's pretty shonen actiony like some of the fight scenes were sort of. Yeah, they're just straight out of like a Shonen Jump show, really, and that was sort of disappointing. Like in terms of they've got like these superpowers. They're very much like Parasite, but they have these things come out of them. The ghouls do, and I don't know. I wish it was just much more. I don't know, sort of. This is a stupid phrase for what this show is, but sort of more realistic. I don't know, like kind of like no, they don't have superpowers. They literally just eat humans, and they have to be very aggressive when they do it, and stuff like that. You just that. Like I would have preferred that a little bit more than what this show actually is, which is more of a popcorn action shonen show. Plus, it's clearly. Its symbolism is so obvious, like in terms of like the main characters. There's a couple of scenes where he's like saying, "I don't want to eat people." It's just you kind of see where the show's going. I did like it though. I did like it. So I'm looking forward to season 2. I know people don't say season 2 is that great, but I don't know. I'm still hopeful. I will still buy it and watch it. So yeah, that's Tokyo Ghoul. Next, I picked up Space Dandy, or actually, I finally picked up. Yoink! I kept the slipcover on it. Probably pointless, really, but oh well. I picked up season 2 of Space Dandy. I say pointless because even though there's a reversible cover on the inside, this cover is also on the bit underneath. Whatever. So yeah, I picked up a season 2 of Space Dandy and watched it and loved it. I love this show. This show is so freaking good. I think it's a shame that the show seems to have been sort of disregarded by a lot of people because there was a lot of hype for it because it's made basically by the team that made Cowboy Bebop. You got Yoko Kanno doing the music, you got Watanabe being the producer slash director, you got Studio Bones who obviously did the Cowboy Bebop movie, and they are one of the best animation studios out there doing the animation. It's just a fantastic show, and the dub is amazing for it. Like they did a fantastic job with the dub. You've got Ian Sinclair as Dandy, who's hilarious. This character was played by Johnny on Bosch. He's only in one episode, but I can't remember who did QT or Meow's voice, but they're both really funny. What they did with QT's voice in English by auto-tuning him is just, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. They don't do that in the Japanese version, but yeah, because he's a robot, everything he says in English is auto-tuned, and it just makes for some really funny lines. So yeah, Space Dandy is an episodic series, and it's kind of sort of an experimental comedy, really. Like, each episode is vastly different to the last. Like, the plots can vary from just simple, silly comedies to something that is really abstract, really artistic. Some of these episodes are just extraordinarily good. Like, it's some of the best stuff you'll see. The same way that you'll think of a couple of episodes of Cowboy Bebop, and think, God, these episodes are incredible. Just the story, the plot, the tone, the style, the music, and it's exactly the same as Space Dandy. Like, some of these episodes, like in season 2, there's an episode called, oh crap, like Catch the Big Fish Baby or something, which is mainly just about Dandy on this planet helping this girl try and catch this like mythical, legendary fish that all the other fishermen on the island doesn't think exists. And just everything from the beginning of that episode to the end, to all the stuff in between, it's just amazing. I think it's really a shame that Space Dandy seems to have passed people by, and they're just, it's sort of, it came and went to some extent. Like, there was a lot of fanfare, I guess, but at the same time, like, it doesn't feel like it's going to have that similar impact to Cowboy Bebop, and I don't think it was ever going to quite match Cowboy Bebop in terms of popularity, but I think a lot of people kind of disregarded it because Cowboy Bebop isn't a serious, Cowboy Bebop is more serious in tone and style, while Space Dandy is a little bit off the wall and comedic, but it has so many similar elements to it that I just cannot recommend Space Dandy highly enough. I'm hoping to start doing I'm hoping to start doing more different type of videos on this channel. At some point, I would love to do a top 5 episodes for Space Dandy, because I just think it's because each episode is so varied. It's just like, there are some episodes that you guys need to know exist, and hopefully that'll get people to watch the entire series. Like, some of the episodes aren't that great. Like, a couple of them didn't really hit for me. There's one about a musical high school, which is sort of fun. It's kind of like Glee with a bunch of aliens, I guess, but it wasn't very good. I watched that episode in English, and the singing in it was pretty bad, honestly. And the translation of the song they also did, obviously, and it just didn't really work. But a lot of what's in here is just exceptional stuff. And yeah, if you haven't seen Space Dandy seasons 1 or season 2, then I highly, highly recommend it. It's one of the best shows that's come out in the last few years. So yeah, that's Space Dandy. Next up, we've got another Sentai Filmworks release, one of 2. There's another one in a minute. We've got The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. This is based on a long-running Japanese RPG series, like video game series. This is just a short movie. I think it's like, oh no, it's a proper full-length movie, 81 minutes. Well, sort of full-length, an hour and 21 minutes. Yeah, and it's dubbed in English as well. I don't know, I like fantasy stuff, and, it's got like these, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You see that ship there that sort of reminds you of like Last Exile and stuff. It just looks like the sort of thing that, for like, the price this cost me, which was £2.50, which is like $4 or something, like, I decided, yeah, this is totally worth my money, so I picked up this, and, yeah, hoping it'll be good. Obviously, like I say, it's based on the video game series. I've not seen anything from the video game series, played any of it, but yeah, anyway, that's that. And the next one I got is No Game No Life. Yes, I picked up the standard edition for this. There's a couple of reasons. One is I just don't really have the space to give to a lot of these Sentai Filmworks collector's editions, because they're just so huge in size. Like, I think the No Game No Life one has the Blu-rays, it has the DVDs, and it has 2 soundtracks, or 3, I think it's 2, I can't remember, pretty sure it's 2, and then an extras box. And basically it kind of takes up the equivalent of 6 DVDs, 5 to 6 DVDs on the shelf. I can't do that for a single core when I don't have when I know it, well, I can't do that for a single core when it's a show that I can't be absolutely certain I'm going to think is one of the best shows ever. I did it for Knights of Sidonia because it's just right up my alley, and it ended up becoming one of my absolute favourite shows I've ever seen. So that was a good decision. I did it for Persona 4 because it was kind of, I didn't really have a choice. I did it for High School of the Dead because that was the first one they ever did. It just looked cool, so I went for it at the time. I liked the wraparound art box. But yeah, I just can't do it for every single one. So yeah, I didn't buy it for that reason, but I also didn't buy it because the standard edition has a freaking badass cover anyway. Look at that. It's amazing. I know it's a bit busy, but it looks absolutely beautiful, and I actually prefer it to the art box. I know the art box is all like shiny and glittery and stuff, and that's kind of cool, but that is an awesome piece of artwork. So yeah. So here's the spine. I haven't seen the show, as I think I mentioned. I know a lot of people like it, so I'm hoping I will like it too. So you've got the, let's actually flip these around so they're not upside down. So we've got the discs on the inside. Do you know something I find really weird lately? You see how this is one of those eco packs? It's kind of an okay eco pack, but you see how they've taken out all the plastic here? Like a millimetre worth of plastic or whatever. Just a, yeah, very small amount. But the latest Blu-ray releases all have this door here, like this clip door. Like most of them don't have it, but this one does. Like some of the more recent, newer releases I've been buying, which kind of makes the whole saving plastic thing where it was around the disc completely fucking redundant. So yeah, I don't know what the hell that's about. It's completely stupid. But anyway, yeah, No Game No Life. Looking forward to it. I know a lot of people liked it. Okay, so I've got 3 more things here, all from one company, and they're all quite kind of special. I've been collecting for this company for a long, long time. I haven't completely caught up. I'm pretty sure some of you know what I'm talking about by now. Long-time viewers, anyway. I haven't completely caught up, but I sort of caught up with something that they used to do. Let's just get into it. So I picked up Fuse, Memoirs of a Huntress. This is one of 3 that I still needed to complete the long box collection. These are the original styled NIS premium editions. I have fully caught up. I don't have all of them yet because just as I bought the last one, they announced another one because Love Live School Idol Project the movie is getting a long box to match the 2 seasons. So yeah, I haven't fully caught up, but like as of right now, I have every single one, which is really cool because obviously all of the more standard editions they're doing now are still in print, but a lot of these long boxes obviously have gone out of print over the years. But I have every single one of them, and it's just really awesome. I've been collecting them for a very, very long time. I won't fully unbox this because I'm planning to do a NIS America unboxing series where I'm just going to unbox every single one over time, which will be fun for me. I don't know how many people actually find any use out of that, but I just feel like that'd be fun for me to do since it's a way of me celebrating the fact that I've picked up all these awesome releases as well as all these awesome shows. Anyway, yeah, so I've watched this already, this film, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's a really colourful, artistic film set in a sort of fantastical version of I can't remember what period it is, but yeah, the capital city's Edo. Yeah, you're talking about 200 years ago, basically, around that sort of time. 150, 200 years ago. And it's based on the legend about the Dog Warriors, which is the same as Hakaden, like 6 Dog Warriors. And yeah, this girl that comes to the Edo and comes to basically... is it the Edo period, or is the city called Edo? I can never freaking remember. Anyway, whatever. She comes to the city and is looking to hunt these Dog Warriors down, and who can take human form or whatever, and she ends up befriending one of them, and then you've got the obviously the contradictions that are all involved in that. And it's a really good film, really, really nice. And yeah, so that's Fuse Memoirs of a Huntress. And then we got the second season, oh god, it almost all fell out. We've got the second season of Nyaruko Crawling with Love, which is this off-the-wall comedy. This is actually based on is it? I can't remember. Is it HP Lovecraft? I can't remember. HP is like a source company here in the UK, but I can't remember. Well, you know, the Lovecraftian stories, basically. It's based on all that sort of stuff, which is kind of weird. It's a very off-the-wall version of it, but a lot of the characters are based on that, you know, all those stories and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I saw the first 4 episodes of this last year, season 1, and it didn't immediately grab me, but I hadn't watched anime properly for a long time at that point. Like, I went off anime for like a month and a half or something, and then coming back to this probably wasn't the best choice. So, yeah. But anyway, hopefully I'll like it. So I've got all of it now, so yeah. Really nice edition, really colourful. So that's Nyaruko Calling World Season 2. And then finally, the last one. It was one of the bigger surprises from when I first bought it, but for Season 1. But yeah, I got Love Live School Idol Project Season 2. Pre-ordered this the second it was made available for pre-order, because as I rightfully predicted, this one, Season 2, is already out of print days after it came out. I don't know why they've done that though, honestly. I would have thought they would have printed more. They're saying they're not going to print more. There's probably a whole other video I could do about the current state of NIS America's anime division, which looks to be slowly disappearing. I don't know, like, I'm probably going to do a video on that, but yeah, it's probably a subject that's worth talking about, because it looks like we might not be getting too many more NIS America anime releases, which obviously for me would be tragic, because I've collected them all so far, pretty much. You know, I'm down to just a handful left to get, which I will hopefully have all of them before the film comes out in June. But yeah, as of right now, the only NIS America release on the horizon is one coming out in June, and they have nothing else licensed either. We don't know anything else they have. Everything we know they have, they've released. So yeah. Anyway, so it's Season 2. I actually really liked, well, I didn't say really like, I actually like Season 1, which is kind of surprising. Obviously, this has a dub included inside the premium edition. The first season was only sub only, and they've re-released Season 1 in a standard Blu-ray case with a dub. I will definitely be picking that up at some point. I'm not going to rush out for it, but I will be getting that and probably swapping the discs around, and I don't know, like putting the sub-only discs and the standard Blu-ray case in storage or something. But anyway, yeah, that's Love Live, and that's everything I picked up for the first half of February. The second half of February is basically 2 more NIS America editions, and also all that Sentai stuff. Those crazy $5, $10 sales on Sentai. There was 2 things I definitely wanted in that sale, but I ended up shoving a bunch of other stuff in there just for the hell of it, because it was so cheap. So yeah, look forward to that soon, and an unboxing I'm planning to do soon as well. So yeah, I've been Blaze, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Just in the last hour or so, Funimation have launched a Kickstarter for The Vision of Escaflowne, a new HD dub.